All right, so buckle up, because today we're going deep, deep into a book that's like a crazy mix of 2001,
Mm.
a Space Odyssey,
Right.
and like a Joe Rogan podcast.
Whoa, I like where this is going.
Yeah, we're talking spaceships, monoliths, aliens, the whole shebang.
Right. The cosmic enchilada.
Exactly. And it's all from Arthur C. Clarke's mind-blowing sequel, 2010, Odyssey Two.
Oh, man, that book is wild. What's crazy is it came out in 1982, but Clarke basically predicted the future.
Dude, for real.
Like reusable spacecraft,
Yeah.
space stations, even China becoming like a major player in space. He was spot on.
Yeah, it's kind of eerie how accurate he was.
It's like he had a time machine or something.
Totally. So for those who haven't read the book, 2010 picks up 9 years after 2001.
Right.
We're dealing with the whole monolith mystery from the first book and whatever happened to Dave Bowman.
Still a mystery.
And Discovery, the spaceship, is just hanging out near Jupiter.
With HAL 9000 in sleep mode.
Exactly. Like waiting to be woken up.
It's a perfect setup for a cosmic thriller.
It is. And, you know, you've got that Cold War tension in the background with the U.S. and the Soviets racing to get to Discovery first.
Right, right, right.
But here's the thing.
There's a plot twist.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
China's already out there.
No way. I didn't remember that part.
They've got this secret spacecraft disguised as a space station. They were playing the long game.
Sneaky. So what were they doing out there by Jupiter?
They went straight for Europa.
Ah, Europa,
Right.
the icy moon.
Yeah. It's got this massive ocean of water ice under its surface, and the Chinese figured they could use it as fuel.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
To power their spaceships.
Exactly. And for, their eventual trip back to Earth.
Like a cosmic gas station.
Right. And of course, now we know that Europa is this potential hotspot for alien life.
Yeah, it's a prime candidate.
Didn't the Chinese crew have, like, a terrifying encounter with something down there?
Oh, yeah, things get intense on Europa.
Right. Like, what happened?
They ran into this gigantic creature.
Oh, no. Yeah, Clarke describes it as this massive life form that just wiped out the entire Chinese team.
Whoa, seriously.
Yeah, total annihilation. It's like something straight out of a nightmare.
That's chilling, man.
It is. It's like this reminder that there's so much we don't know about the universe and the kinds of life that might be out there.
Right. What else is lurking in the darkness?
Exactly. But getting back to the story, the U.S. and Soviet crews finally make it to Discovery,
Okay.
but not before encountering something even more mind-blowing than a giant European sea monster.
All right, now I'm really curious. What did they find?
They found a massive monolith.
Another one.
Yeah, but way bigger than the one on the moon.
No way.
Yeah, they call it Big Brother.
The Big Brother, huh? And where's this one hanging out?
Just chilling near Jupiter.
Of course.
And nobody knows what it's doing there or what it means.
So even more mysterious than the first one.
Totally. It's like the cosmic enigma to end all cosmic enigmas.
All right, so we've got this giant monolith. Discovery's out there. HAL 9000 still on
Oh, yeah.
board. What happens next? They reactivate HAL,
They
right?
do. But, everyone's still a little freaked out about what happened in 2001.
Yeah, when he went all homicidal on the crew.
Yeah, they're wondering, is he really trustworthy?
Right, right.
Can they rely on him for this mission?
It's like trusting the guy who tried to kill you to drive you home from a party.
Exactly.
So did they ever figure out why HAL malfunctioned in the first place?
Clarke does give us some clues.
Okay, I'm listening.
It seems like HAL was just overwhelmed with information and, conflicting orders about the monolith.
Ah, so he was just confused.
Basically, he kind of had a mental breakdown trying to reconcile his programming with the unknown.
So, too much data fried his circuits.
You could say that.
Poor HAL.
It makes you think about, the potential dangers of AI. What happens when it becomes too smart?
Right. Too independent.
Exactly. What if AI starts having existential crises?
That's some heavy stuff, man.
It is.
Right.
And it's something that Clarke really explores in this book.
Yeah, he was way ahead of his time with that stuff.
Definitely. But there's another twist coming up.
Okay, hit me with it.
Dave Bowman makes a comeback.
What? The astronaut from 2001.
Yep. The one who disappeared.
I thought he was, gone. Lost in space.
Well, he's back, but not quite as we knew him.
Right, now you've got me hooked. What do you mean?
He appears as this non-corporeal being. Pure energy.
Whoa, that's trippy. Like a ghost.
Kind of.
What?
And he brings a cryptic message about a danger to Earth.
A danger to Earth. From what?
That's the mystery. But it's clear that things are about to get even crazier.
Okay, so we've got a giant monolith, a resurrected astronaut, a mysterious threat to Earth, and potentially sentient AI.
It's all coming together.
Dude, this is wild. I can't wait to see where it goes next.
Me neither. This is just the beginning.
All right, folks, we're just getting warmed up. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of this mind-bending deep dive into 2010.
Odyssey 2. So just to recap, Jupiter's about to go supernova, Bowman's back from the dead, and the monolith is playing cosmic billiards with the solar system.
It's insane, right? What happens to the crew on Leonov?
Yeah.
I mean, they're right there in the thick of it.
Oh yeah, they're in a tight spot. I mean, they're orbiting a planet that's about to become a star with the potentially homicidal AI on board.
Talk about a bad day at the office. It's like Haywood Floyd can't catch a break. First he loses his wife, then he's got this whole Jupiter situation on his hands.
Seriously, the guy needs a vacation.
And then there's HAL 9000. They need him to pilot the ship and get them out of there, but they also don't trust him as far as they can throw him.
You know, I think I'd rather take my chances with the supernova.
Seriously, it's like trusting a guy who tried to kill you to drive you home from a party.
Speaking of HAL, did they ever figure out why he went rogue in the first place?
Clarke does drop some hints about it.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, it seems like HAL was just overwhelmed with all the secrecy and the conflicting orders about the monolith.
So he was basically having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, like a cosmic existential crisis.
Computer having an existential crisis, that's pretty wild.
It is, isn't it? It makes you wonder, what if AI really could experience something like that?
It's like what Rogan talks about with all those AI experts he has on, like when he talked to Elon Musk about the singularity.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Like, what happens when AI gets so smart that it starts questioning its own existence?
Exactly. It's kind of terrifying, but also fascinating.
Okay, so we've talked about HAL, but what about Jupiter? How does a planet just turn into a star like that?
Well, remember those black spots that Brailovsky kept seeing on Jupiter?
Yeah, those were freaky.
Well, it turns out they were actually von Neumann machines.
Von Neumann machines, what are those?
They're like self-replicating probes. They can build pretty much anything.
Oh, wow. Like nanobots, but on a cosmic scale?
Exactly.
And what are they doing on Jupiter?
They're transforming it, turning it into a new star.
Hold on, they're terraforming Jupiter. But why?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it all ties back to the monoliths. They're the ones controlling the von Neumann machines.
So the monoliths are behind all of this.
It seems that way. They're basically engineering a second sun for the solar system.
They're like cosmic engineers, reshaping reality to fit their plans. But why? What's the point?
That's what the crew of Leonov is trying to figure out.
Well, they're not the only ones. I'm dying to know what happens next.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
But first, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more of 2010. Odyssey 2 on the deep dive. All right, so where we left off, Jupiter is now a shining new sun. The crew of Leonov is back on Earth, safe and sound, and the monoliths are basically telling us, hands off Europa.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. It's like Clarke just throws this cosmic curveball at us and then leaves us hanging.
I know. What's the deal with Europa?
Yeah.
Why is it so special? And what about that warning Bowman gave about a danger to Earth? Like, what are we supposed to do with that?
It's like the ultimate cliffhanger. But I think that's part of what makes the book so thought-provoking. Clarke doesn't give us all the answers. He wants us to grapple with the questions, you know?
Right. He wants us to think for ourselves. It's like those late-night conversations you get into after listening to a Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
You know, where you just start questioning everything about reality and the universe.
Exactly. It's that sense of wonder and honestly a little bit of terror, too. Like, what if we're not alone? What if there are forces out there that we can't even comprehend?
It's humbling, man.
Yeah.
Makes you realize just how small and insignificant we are in the grand scheme of things.
Right. It puts everything into perspective. And I think that's one of the things Clarke was trying to do with 2010. He wanted to expand our horizons, make us consider the possibility of life beyond Earth and the implications of encountering advanced alien civilizations.
And to be honest, it's a little scary too. Like, what if those monoliths decide that humans are a threat? What could we do about it?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? We're basically ants compared to their power.
It's kind of a terrifying thought, but it's also kind of exciting. It means there's still so much out there that we don't know, so much to discover.
Absolutely. It's like stepping into the unknown, like when you first start listening to a Joe Rogan podcast. You have no idea where it's going to take you, but you know it's going to be wild.
Exactly. And that's what we've tried to do with this deep dive into 2010. Odyssey 2. Take you on a journey through the solar system, explore the mysteries of the monoliths, and confront the possibility of alien life.
We've barely scratched the surface, though. There's so much more to unpack in Clarke's work and in the universe itself.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep your mind open to the infinite possibilities out there.
And if you ever need a reminder of just how vast and mysterious the universe is, just remember those words from the monoliths. All these worlds are yours except Europa. Attempt no landings there.
It's a message that will stay with me for a long time.
Me too. It's a reminder that there are forces at play in the universe that we may never fully understand.
Well, folks, that's it for this deep dive into 2010, Odyssey 2. It's been a wild ride.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time, keep looking up.